Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Y'all remember I did a video about this couple, James Hooker and his student girlfriend. His girlfriend, yeah. And I heard on the news for over a few days about him getting arrested for a 14-year-old case. Like, I don't get it. How do you book somebody on a 14-year-old case like that? Like, I really don't get it because the woman says he grabbed her breast and leg. That's not, well, to me, it's not sex, but it's groping the person, not having sex. And she was 17, and he still should have got sent to jail for filling on a minor. But that was in, but this they said this happened in '98. In '98, now come on, that's 14 years back now. 14 years back now. Why is a 14-year-old case like that been reopened? The woman is in her 30s. I think she's like 31. And like, do you really want to open up a case that was 14 years old? Usually certain, like, for real though, because usually cases like these about child molestation or child paraphernalia, how you want to call it only lasts until the 21st birthday in some states. See what I'm saying? Because and it's funny. I'm glad. Like, to me, I'm kind of glad that he's been arrested. But a 14-year-old case seems kind of shabby, ain't it? Like, for real. Like, I know y'all sitting there like, well, Afro Joe, he got arrested for child molestation. But look how old the case is. Yeah, if it was a murder case, yeah. A drug case, some more of a murder case, yeah, I can understand that. Reopen up a murder case. Yeah, I can understand it, but I just I just don't get it. I'm for real. Like, I'm really scratching my head on this, and this what puzzled me. And then his student girlfriend, when she found out, I think Miss Powers, I forgot her name, sorry, but his student girlfriend left him, and she goes to the media and said, "I left my friends for you. I left my family for you. I left my senior year in high school for you." Like, to me, because one thing is, I knew it the first time this was aired on the news or aired anywhere, that this was gonna catch somewhere, gonna catch him in the ass, bite him right in the ass about this. I knew that this was gonna bite him in the ass about child paraphernalia or child molestation or a pedophile, being a pedophile, something. But I didn't know that it was gonna come to this, where they want 14 years back to a 31-year-old woman. Now y'all need to think, like, to me, y'all think about it. 14-year-old case, 31-year-old woman. She said this happened 14 years ago. If it happened 14 years ago, why wasn't he prosecuted back then? That's the question. Why wasn't he prosecuted 14 years ago when she was 17? That's the question. Like, 'cause it makes no sense on how. It just makes no sense. Didn't prosecute him just don't get it. I'm for real though. If you're gonna prosecute somebody, make sure you do it in that time period instead of waiting 14 years to reopen a rape. Instead of reopen a pedophile case that happened 14 fucking years ago when the person is 31. I'm for real now. Because one thing is, how you know this woman is lying today? How do we even know how do we even know that this woman just saying this just to make him look bad, make him look worse? How do we even know? Like I said, I'm glad he's in jail and getting his booty poked out and all like that. But for real, though, man, for real, do you really want to believe this 14 year old case? Like I said, it makes no sense. Why reopen it? If he molested this girl, had sex with this girl 14 years ago, there should have been he should have been a prosecuted years ago. He should have been being registered as a sex offender, but he wasn't. But it came. I just don't get it. If it would have been me, it would have been a different story. If it would have been me molesting a child, I would have been sitting there as a somebody, some big bubba's bitch. I'm for real. You gotta think about these things. You gotta ask these questions. Oh, like, is this real? Is this fake? Do I really wanna, like, is this real or fake? Or is this woman, this 30-year-old woman, really telling the truth about that this man raped her 14 years ago? Or she just bullshit? You got That's how it is. Like, I'm glad his girlfriend broke up because she really need to be with him. She really didn't need to be with him. She didn't really need to be with him, but it's kind of getting pathetic where this man's been walking around 14 years and 14 years and not been prosecuted for a 14-year-old case. I'm for real. How do you walk around like that? How do you, it's mind boggling. It is mind boggling that this man free as, walked around for 14 years free as a jaybird. Then he dates one of his students. And then now somebody comes forward. Oh, I'm 45 years old and he raped me 15 years ago. Or he raped me 20 years ago. Or 30 years ago. I'm for real. It's just as well as them people coming up to these actors saying they're my father, that's my mother. It's like when Bill Cosby was coming from a conference, from speaking, and this girl came up with her mother. She was grown. She was like in her 20s. Her mother was with her, and she came up and asked him, not asked him, but came up and told him, said, "Mr. Cosby, you're my dad." He turned around and said, "You know what? DNA test." DNA test. And she said, "Sorry, I'm sorry. I just wanted money. I'm not your dog." See, it's just like that. How do we know if these people are lying or not? How do we know that? Because one thing is, I'm not just questioning the situation. I'm questioning the people who didn't do their fucking job. See what I'm saying? Why you let a man that walked around for 14 years knowing that this man had groped and touched and felt on this girl, molested in '98 under the age of 18, and not been locked up or prosecuted or had to register as a sex offender every year. That's how it is. He gonna walk around for 14 years. I had me some titty action. I was finna on her leg. I never get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. It's just something else, man. I wonder what the people think about this situation. Don't get me like, I'm glad he's in jail. He needs to be in jail. He didn't need to be dating that girl anyway. No, I want to know, what do you think about waiting 14 fucking years to arrest him when they should have arrested him 14 years back? 14 years back and prosecute him where he has to register as a sex offender. I want to know, why did they wait so damn long to do it now? Because in some states, if that happens where they open up a case like that, open up a case where somebody's been molested 14 years ago, they can't do nothing because the case is old and it's been closed. Why reopen up a case that's been closed, and why wait 14 years to do some work on it, even though it's worth nothing? It's like when the FBI was chasing Whitey. You probably say, "Oh, this racist." No, there was a criminal named Whitey. I'm shit you not. Look up America's Most Wanted. He was a mobster. He stole money and did all this and this. He's been gone for like 60, like good 40, 45 years or 50 years or something, like on the run. And ain't been captured. And then they caught him, last year before Fox canceled the show. They caught him before Fox canceled him. I said, that's kind of bold. Yeah, so yeah, when it's something like a thief or mobster hits or murder, yeah, I can understand reopening the case. But a charge like rape, like not rape, but child molestation, like rape, I can understand because some people will still rape again and all like it. But a child molesting charge, I think it dies out when nobody's been prosecuted and they didn't really want to do their job. That's how it is with me. Cause if he molested a child 14, if a guy down here molested a child 14 years ago, they really couldn't do nothing. The girl would be 31 and she can walk up, oh, he molested me 14 years ago. I just don't get this, man. I'm losing my mind on this. I've just sat here and thought about that shit all damn for the last few days. For real, I've thought about this, man, and it really got me. And it really got me. Really got me stoned because it doesn't make no sense. I don't get these laws in different states where I'm telling you, man. Just think about it, y'all. Just think about it. Do you really think that these people now, one thing is I want to say is, do you really think this woman is telling the truth about Hooker molesting her? You're probably like, well, Afro Joe, why are you taking up for me, this man? No, I'm not taking up for this man. It just, I'm sitting up here thinking about this. Like, this whole situation doesn't make no sense. You gotta look at the situation at every angle. You gotta think outside the box. You gotta look at it frontwards, backwards, sideways, upside down, right side up. You gotta look at every which way there is. I don't. You feel me on this because you gotta think about this situation. Do you really want to sit there and like, okay, this man? just think about this woman would have been 40, 45, 45, and and she could sit there and say, "This man raped me 30 years ago." Like he raped you 30 years ago. You're 45. You was 15 when that happened. How can you prosecute somebody now since you're 45, married and got 3 kids or 4 kids? It just makes no sense that they prosecute him now. Start asking questions about this shit, man. Like, like, really? Do you? That's our taxpayer, our taxes going, taxpayer money goes to work. Taxpayer money goes to work, where they waste all the money on some on a. I'm telling you, man, these people really don't know how to do their jobs right, man. They really don't, because if they did, man, he would have been arrested. He would have been on the sex offenders list. He couldn't get a job at a school or live around a school. If that wouldn't happen in '98, he would have met this girl he dated. Now she broke up with him and said she broke up with him and said, "I left my family for you. I left my friends for you. I left my senior year for you." I said, only if they would have did their job back then, the girl would never have to say something like that. The girl would never have to be in the media. You see what I'm saying? Something really ain't right. Something is not sitting well with me on this whole thing. I really don't understand why that they allow this to happen for so long, knowing that he did this 14 fucking years ago. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Like, I really want to know what the people think about this. Like, answer these questions. Why did they wait so long? Is this woman really telling the truth, or is she lying? How come they didn't do their job and arrest him 14 years back in '98? Why is my taxpayer money going to waste because these people don't want to do their fucking job and protect our kids from shit like this? And like I said, the girl, his student girlfriend, I'm glad she left this man. I'm glad she broke free of him, because she did not really need to be around him, because she did not know his background. You can't date, like, because one thing is, if you're a student, like, because one thing is, you don't know their background. There's been teachers that have been molesting kids to from 9 years old all the way to 17, and be on the sex offender list, and these 18s or 19-year olds are stupid enough to shack up with them, or they're 17 years old, don't understand that. You see what I'm saying? That's all I want to know. Ask these questions, people. Do you think this girl, the girl that came out of the woodworks lying, you think, what? Think about it, is this shit real? Why ain't they do their job? Why ain't he been arrested or been on the sex offender list? Ask them questions, man. Ask them questions. Because one thing, it doesn't make no sense that he walked for 14 years and got a fucking teaching job at a fucking high school. If he was such a big ass pedophile back in the '90s. For real, is he a pedophile? To me, yeah, because he was dating this girl right here. Forgot her name. Her mom is like Tracy Powers. I forgot this girl's name, uh, but it's dope. But it is what it is. I question this. Like, to me, I think it's just a bunch of publicity stunts just to get this woman, this 30-year-old woman, noticed. I think they made up this whole case just for nothing, just to shoot the shit. Cause it ain't real, it ain't true. If the woman is hiding and wait this long to say something. I'm for real though. I think this woman is lying just to get noticed because ain't no ain't nobody gonna wait 14 fucking years to prosecute somebody. If you was gonna call, if somebody molested your child or touched you in a nasty way or something like that, man, because like I said, somebody, I'm for real though, because this man, when I first heard it, I said, I was at first when I first heard it, say James Hooker gets arrested. I was like, fuck yeah, he's in jail. I wonder what he got in jail. Got like, cause one thing that was the first question. It's like, yeah, that was the first thing I thought was he's been arrested. Amen, hallelujah. Second thing is, what was he arrested for? And then I heard the full story. It's like he got arrested for child molestation. He grabbed the girl's breast and leg and molested this girl 14 years ago when she was 14, and now she's 31 years old. It makes me question the person that accused him of doing this, molesting her. And she's 31, probably with the family, married. And she said she's seen him on TV with his girlfriend, his student girlfriend, and she wanted to come out the woodworks. Now hold on, you sit here and you seen him and his girlfriend on national TV, on national TV, and now you're gonna say, "Oh, he touched me years ago." Oh, or you're gonna come out the woodworks and say, "Oh, I had his baby 14 years ago." How old's your child? He's 5. That child should have been. That's how it is. People lie just to get that attention. I wonder, did this woman lie just to get noticed by the media? Did this woman lie just to get a deal? Did this woman lie just to get famous? Did this woman lie just to just to make his life even worse? It's bad enough people hate him from shacking up with his student. Now you made it worse by sitting up here probably lying to the media, me lying to the American people, say, "Oh, he touched me 14 years ago. I'm married now." I just don't get it. Why did this woman come out the woodworks 14 years later to say he touched me? Ask this question. Ask this question. Why this woman wait so long to say he touched me? This is not no 5-year old now. This is a 31-year-old. He touched me when I was 17. You're 31. 14 years back, you probably did. Like, I just don't know about these people, man. If she's, like, I'm a little bit younger than this woman, but I never, like, see, I'm a little bit younger than this woman. I'm about to be like 28 this year, and I'm like, in 3 more years, I'll be 31. But and uh, uh and she probably 41. But like I said, it never makes sense that this woman is up here saying he touched me 14 years back in school. I just don't get these people. I think she's trying to get a book deal, movie deal, stardom, being on Dancing with the Stars, or going on Dr. Drew's Celebrity Rehab, or something like that, just to get noticed. Because one thing is, I'm not gonna sit up there and say, "Well, Holly Berry had my babies, but she bullshit." I can't. There's nothing to back that up. Why, like for real? Why isn't is do they have the evidence to back up her claim? They said there was a the folder was probably empty. If it was settled 14 years back, he would never had a teaching job. He'll be on the sex offenders list. If they settled this 14 years ago, if there was a case on this 14 years ago, but I don't see it. Like I really don't, man. Cause you're not gonna. That's that's all it is. Cause I just don't believe. I think it's a figment of this woman's imagination. Same as that woman that's an actress that fell in love with Stephen Baldwin and stalked him and kept writing him emails. Oh, come pick me up, Alec Baldwin. I'm just 10 minutes away. I miss you. Just like her, she was hallucinating, thinking Alec Baldwin was gonna marry her. Same as this woman that's 31 years old, waited 14 years later to say that James Hooker touched me. That's how it is. It's just an illusion. Just a fucking illusion. It's not about this girlfriend, this girl, the student he was dating. It's about this woman coming out the woodwork saying he touched me 14 years back when I was in school. 14 years ago, I was in school. 14 years ago, I was probably 13 at the time. 13 years at the time, and I was probably what in middle school. I just don't believe people. I just don't believe people's claims no more. It's the same as that girl that went up and said that Justin Bieber was her baby daddy. She only did it for the money. That's all it is to it. Now, like I said, y'all ask these questions. Is this woman really telling the truth? Is there really a case on this from back in '98? Why did she wait so long to say something? Why did it wait so long for the courts to do anything? That's the question. I'm not taking up for this man. It just got me thinking on the whole situation. That it feels kind of awkward that this happens now. It seems like it seems like a Jerry Springer episode, just all fake. That's how it is. But this is like I'm telling you, ask these questions, question this shit. Like, is she really telling the truth? Is there really a case that was supposed to be there 14 years ago? Mike, the police did their job. I just don't understand. But this has been Afro Joe 10 like a TI is. Like I said, it's the first time I ever been mind boggled by this kind of a case. And this Afro Joe. Follow me on Twitter at Afro Joe the Wookie. Subscribe to my channel. If you go up, you look at the left hand side, you'll see my name. You'll see my channel name, CeeLo Junior 2 or CeeLo Junior 3. Next to that name, hit subscribe. Please subscribe to me. And like I said, ask and stay on topic. Please don't sit there and bring up something like you don't know what you're talking about. Like, really, I'm not gonna come up here and tell you you don't know what the frick you're talking about. You're crazy. But stay on topic. Please stay on topic. And if you like what I got to say, leave a comment or video response. If you don't like what I got to say, fuck you, move on. Go fuck yourself with a firecracker. Whatever. It's been Afro Joe. Peace.